Hey guys, and welcome into another video. Today we're going to be doing another first round mock draft for the NFL. Obviously we've done one of these last week, actually is when we did one, but I want to do one again because free agency is kind of rearing towards its near end. Sammy Watkins is still out there. There's a couple guys still out there, but Dory Jackson just signed. Kenny Galladay's off the board. A lot of those big name guys are off the board, to where we now kind of have a little bit more of a vision to where these teams might be going. So I did want to do another mock draft and just kind of see where we end up taking people and where they end up going. So if you guys do enjoy the mock drafts and do enjoy the content that's been getting pushed out, of course, leave a like if you can. It does help me out a bunch. Subscribe if you are new. Turn those notification bells on, of course. And comment down below who you want your team to pick. Let me know who your team is first. Don't just say Panay Sewell, because then I'm going to think, is he a Bengals fan? Is he a Jets fan? What is he, But without further ado, we're just going to get right into it because these are usually 20-plus minute videos, so we're going to try and get right through it as much as we can. So first overall, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval County just did your 7-round mock draft. If you guys did miss out on that, there should be something popping up right now, but go check that out. I did a full 7-round mock draft for the Jaguars already. That is something that you guys definitely want to check out. Trevor Lawrence is an easy pick. He's a franchise quarterback. He's going to be a star in this league right away, and he's going to get Duval County right back to the promised land, maybe even next year. That's how good of the team is looking on paper with Chark, with Marvin Jones, Chanel at the weapons. They, obviously got Shaquille Griffin. So the team's looking nice. With pick 2, the Jets are going to take Zach Wilson. You got a new coach in there. Get somebody to help out. Just really, you want to change the identity, and that's really what you're going to do. Darnold is more a conservative quarterback. He's not really a big man in the media. Zach Wilson's going to draw attention to the Jets, and you're going to want that. So use your first out of your 2 picks in the first round on a quarterback. Get a guy like Zach Wilson. I'm not a huge fan of him, but get him right there and see where you can go with him. I think it's a good pick. Here at pick 3 for the Dolphins, it seems like the top 3 is pretty much the same for everybody at this point. Jamar Chase going number 3, best receiver in the class. He would have been the best receiver in last year's class, and that's saying a lot because Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, all of these guys, Mims, a lot of these guys were talented. Rager as well, Ayuk. So it's a big class, but he is a beast. He didn't play last year, but he is a superstar receiver no matter what. Get another weapon. You missed out on Galladay, and that's okay because you're going to get a young star in Jamar Chase, who's going to be a franchise piece for Tua for the long haul. Here at pick 4, the Falcons, they definitely have a bunch of different ways they can go here. I've seen fans from the Falcons say that they like Panay Sewell here. An edge rusher is not really one that I'm seeing. So Kyle Pitts is somebody who you could look at and help out. I took Kyle Pitts in the last mock draft, but I think with this one, I'm going to give them Panay Sewell out of Oregon because he's one of the best prospects we've seen in a long time at the offensive tackle position. I think that he's going to be solid and translate very well to that next level. Here, no matter what, I think that the Bengals need to take an offensive lineman. So in this case, it's going to be Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern. If you guys want to see some great tape, watch him versus Chase Young last year, and you'll be amazed. Here at pick 6, the Eagles are interesting because they have a lot of things that they need. They need a top corner. It says quarterback. They don't really need a quarterback. They need a corner. They could use a linebacker. So Micah Parsons is in play. Kyle Pitts is in play because they need a tight end. They're getting rid of Ertz. Goddard is obviously still there, but Pitts would help. They need a receiver. Waddle, Devontae Smith are still on the board. And then they need a corner as well. So being here at pick 6, I think because of how the draft or how free agency shook out for them, they missed out on Dory Jackson today. Obviously, your boys got that man locked down now, but I think you need to get a corner. There's a lot of good receivers in this division. Caleb Farley falls all the way down to 27 in this predictive board. That doesn't really make sense to me. I think he's arguably the best corner in the draft, but nonetheless, I'm going to give them Patrick Surtain. I do think he's the best corner. Farley's right next to him, though. The fact that they have him all the way down here is kind of crazy to me. But yeah, Patrick Surtain is going to be the pick there. Get yourself another corner alongside Slay and try and protect against this really dominant NFC East. Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Slayton, and then you have CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, and Cooper. I mean, it's a tough division, man. Here at pick 7, you need to replace Kenny Galladay in any way that you can. I think the best way to do that is by getting some type of weapon. You already have TJ Hawkinson, so Kyle Pitts is an interesting pick. You could run 2 tight end sets there. And honestly, that might be the move. I was going to give him Jalen Waddle. I think I'm going to give him Kyle Pitts. I think make him Kyle Pitts, because he's just a weapon. He really is. He's somebody that you can put anywhere. Hawkins had a great year last year. You can run 2 tight end sets. You can line up Kyle Pitts wide. I think that he's just talent-wise, I think he is just so much better than everybody else in this draft. So getting him at 7 would be great. Lions fans, what do you think about that? Would you be happy with a pick like that? Would you prefer a Waddle or a Smith or somebody else? Let me know in the comment section below. Here at pick 8, it's been known that the Panthers are wanting a quarterback. They do not want to stick with Teddy Bridgewater. So get a guy like Trey Lance who can learn from Teddy Bridgewater and be a better quarterback down in the future. And then at pick 9, the Broncos are going to take a quarterback in Justin Fields because the Drew Lock experience really hasn't been too much. Broncos fans, I'm sure you guys can agree. He's been fun to be around. He's a good personality, but I just don't think it's going to be anything for the long run. So get another young quarterback that can progress with him, with Justin Fields, who has had some success. So that way Noah Fant, Jerry Jeudy, all these guys can kind of grow with him as well. And then, obviously you guys got Kyle Fuller on that 1-year deal, so corner isn't a need right away. Pick 10 here, though, corner is a need, and they're going to be taking Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. Really, really like him a lot. Cowboys are going to get, and again, same thing with the Eagles. You need a corner to stop this division that's loaded with receivers. Now at pick 11, this is where it gets interesting. I don't think that the Giants are going to keep Evan Ingram after this season because of the Adoree Jackson signing and the Galladay signing. So do you go after the top 2 receivers are still on the board, or top 2 of the top 3 receivers are still on the board. So adding another weapon would be crazy. Getting a guy like Smith or Waddle, but I really think that they shored up the receiver position. That's not something you can do. So really for me, it's between a guy like Micah Parsons or an interior offensive lineman like Vera Tucker, who's all the way down here. For me, I think they go with the, maybe you go Vera Tucker and then keep Lemieux at center. It's not sexy, but I think Vera Tucker's got to be the pick, even though Parsons is somebody I would really want as a Giants fan. I'm going to take Parsons because I think he can move around to edge if you need him to. I think he can he's kind of a hybrid. He can do a lot. So I'm going to take Micah Parsons, load up that defense even more than it already is. But Vera Tucker is definitely somebody that I would look at other than that because he can really move around. At pick 12, it says quarterback. I just don't think that's a need. They did lose Kendrick Bourne, so I think that, or maybe I think that they might have even gotten him back. But you have Ayuk, you have Deebo Samuel, but having Waddle and Devontae Smith on the board is very, very enticing. Vera Tucker is somebody there too. You're losing Sherman though. I think getting J.C. Horn might be the best pick here. Even though it's a little bit of a reach, I think J.C. Horn at pick 12 would be the best pick. A little bit of a reach, like I said, but definitely you're going to want to get somebody there. Chargers is the same thing, like I said, every year. They did lose Melvin Ingram, though. So getting a guy like a Ojulari or Rousseau or somebody like that would be helpful. Safety as well. I think I'm still going to go with the offensive tackle. I'm going to give him Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech. I like Darrisaw a lot. Pick 14 for the Vikings. I'm actually going to give them a Trevon Moehrig. I really like Trevon a lot. They lost Anthony Harris. Harrison Smith's not getting any younger. So getting a safety, helping out that secondary. You got Pat Pete. Maybe you convert Pat Pete to a safety, and that might help. But here at pick 15, the top receivers are still on the board here. And even though, Mac Jones is there, and I think Mac Jones would fit very well, I believe in Cam Newton. I'm going to give him a receiver, and I think it's going to be Jalen Waddle. Because Edelman's not getting any younger. He would be able to fill in there. And, with N'Keal Harry and Aguilar and all these guys that they've been signing. So I think that is the best move for them. Pick 16 here. Corner and running back, you lose on Pat Pete and you lose out. But I think running back's going to be the best option here. It's either Najee or ETN. And I think I'm going to give them ETN just because this is a high-flying offense. I want somebody that can really do everything and anything. And I think ETN does that a little bit better than Harris. I think Harris is the best running back, but that's my personal opinion. But ETN is 1A, 1B. You can't really go wrong with them. Here at pick 17, though, the Raiders need a whole new offensive line, a brand new offensive line. They could use a linebacker and a safety as well. They need a lot of things. They could even go with a guy like Devonta Smith because they did lose out on, or they got rid of Tyrell Williams this last season. Aguilar just left. So I think receiver might be. I'm going to look it up right now, live on my phone, because I feel like the Raiders need a receiver really bad. Raiders receivers. Let's see. Oh, they have Brian Edwards. Oh, they got John Brown. Henry Ruggs, John Brown, Renfro. Okay, so they can wait till the second round. Zay Jones is there too. Okay, so this is definitely an offensive lineman spot. So I think they're going to go with Vera Tucker here. I think talent is the best out of the thing. Versatility, you can move them all around on the offensive line. Here at pick 18, you could go with Devontae Smith. Get Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase in one draft. I mean, that'd be crazy. But nonetheless, I don't think they're going to do that. Edge rusher, running back, linebacker, interior offensive lineman, all places you can go. Najee Harris would be a beast. He would really complement with Myles Gaskin as well. So if the Dolphins are really trying to do that, I think that'd be good. But I'm going to give them an edge rusher. I still think Rousseau is the best edge rusher in this class, so I'm going to continue to put him there. That's just my personal opinion. Now here with Washington, they're going to use Fitzpatrick for a year. It's just what it is. So you can't really do anything about it. But I think this is a spot where they need a lot of different things, but none of them are really going to be too high on the board here. So you go with the best available player, and that's going to be Devontae Smith. Add him to Samuel, add him to Cam Sims, add him to Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas as well. I mean, this is a really stacked offense now that Fitzpatrick can just air the ball out to. You're getting 1 year Fitzmagic, maybe more if you want to extend him. He's going to air the ball out, get one of the best receivers in this class, Heisman winner at the receiver position. Now, here at pick 20, Dalton's going to be their starter, even though they need a quarterback. I don't know if they want to make Mac Jones their starter. It's definitely a possibility, but for me, I just don't know. So I think that they would rather go with something else, offensive tackle, wide receiver, corner, etc. I just don't see them really getting somebody here. So I'm going to go give them Greg Newsome, the corner out of Northwestern. I like Newsome a lot. They got rid of Kyle Fuller. That's a big hole to fill. This defense went from the scariest defense a couple years ago to just Khalil Mack and Nakeem Hicks fighting for their life and Roquan. So that's really where they're at. Here at pick 21, though, Colts could use a corner. They could use another receiver. It's a little bit of a reach here, but I'm going to give them Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. I like Bateman a lot. You need more weapons for Wentz. Maybe you re-sign T.Y. I know they're bringing in Sammy Watkins. If they sign Sammy Watkins, then this pick wouldn't be Rashad Bateman. It would be the best available offensive lineman. So in this case, it would be Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. But that you guys can figure that out. Titans, another one where they need a corner. They just got rid of Adoree Jackson. Do you want to reach for a corner here, though? Eric Stokes, is he worth pick 22? I don't know. They had a huge whiff on Isaiah Wilson last year, so they really still need to get that offensive line help. So Tevin Jenkins is going to come off the board here. It sucks that what happened with Isaiah Wilson, and even after he got traded, it's sad. Pick 23 here for the Jets, though. I like a running back to the Jets, like a Najee Harris here. Corner, edge is still all available, though. I'm going to look up the Jets, too, the Jets depth chart real quick, because I really think that unless they sign somebody that I'm not thinking of, I really do think that they could use a Najee Harris here. Yeah, Ty Johnson's their starting running back. We're taking Najee Harris for them. It's pretty simple there. Pick 24, corner, offensive tackle, running back, offensive lineman. Basically anything to help. They have Haskins actually as a backup. So I was going to say I would look at Mac Jones, but they do have Haskins as a backup. I think this is a spot where you kind of could go best available, but you did just lose Bud Dupree on that edge. So getting a guy like Ojulari, who should be off the board by now, we're going to get him off the board just because you lost Bud Dupree. Replace him real quick. Here at pick 25, though, the Jags obviously have the quarterback for the future. They're actually really good at receiver, in my opinion. I don't think they need to do that. Offensive line, though, is a need. Tight end is a need. So reaching on Freiermuth here could be something you look at. Offensive tackle-wise, Cosme, Mayfield, Eichenberg are still there. So really it would be Cosme or it would be a tight end. I'm actually going to give him Freiermuth just because you don't want to take a risk on waiting too long. So that's really where I would go. It's a little bit of a reach, definitely, but you want to get somebody at least to fill that position because the tight end position is very weak there. Offensive line, I don't think as weak as people think it is. You could wait till the second round. Pick 26 here for the Browns, though. You have a couple edge rushers to pick. You have a linebacker to pick and Owosu, interior defensive lineman, receivers. You have a lot of options here if you're the Browns. I'm going to give him Owosu Koromora. I just think that linebacker play could have been a lot better. Seeing Scobert leave was hurtful to them. So I think that would be a good spot to do for them. Here at pick 27, Sammy Watkins is visiting with the Ravens as well. But you could go after Terrace Marshall, but they haven't drafted a receiver since Hollywood Brown that's been worth anything. Even Hollywood Brown's not really worth too much right now. So I don't see them really going after it again or taking a reach on Terrace Marshall, even though I really do like Marshall a lot, or even Tony. I think at pick 27 here, they're going to go with an edge rusher and get Kwity Paye out of Michigan. I do like him a lot. Jalen Phillips is a beast as well. But here at pick 28, you have Jameis, you have Taysom Hill. Mac Jones, this is a great spot for him to come off the board, but I just don't know if it would happen. You have receiver, you have an edge that they could use as well. You did lose Emmanuel Sanders. So actually, I think we might. No, we're going to give him Jalen Phillips. Let's give him Jalen Phillips. I think that's a really good spot for him to go. Pick 29, offensive tackle, Samuel Cosme. They're not going to take a receiver. They never have. They never will. The Bills, though, will take a corner here in Eric Stokes out of Georgia. This is really easy once you get towards the later picks because you know exactly what the teams need. Offensive line help here. Mayfield is going to come off the board for the Chiefs because losing both your tackles is very bad. And it's the end of the first round, and Mac Jones is still on the board. Do you get him to replace and learn behind Brady? It's not going to help you with the Super Bowl. It would really be Barmore or Mac Jones for me. I don't know, man. I think you go Mac Jones to protect yourself because this is Brady's last year on his contract. It's voidable after this. So let's take Mac Jones. See how it goes. I think that's a really good mock draft. We did it in under 20 minutes, which is really good for us. Let me know what you think about your team. A lot of things can change. The free agency isn't fully over, but the draft's coming up. I really wanted to do another mock draft. I was excited for the Dory Jackson signing, so I was just like, hey, let's do this. So if you haven't watched my reaction to the Dory Jackson signing, go check that out as well. I did a Giants and a Jags 7-round mock draft, so those should have already popped up by now. But if you missed out on that, go check those out as well. And of course, if you missed those videos, why don't you have the notification bells on? Subscribe if you are new. Turn that notification bell on. I'm uploading pretty much every day at this point. So again, just really, I'm thankful for all the support recently, and I'm glad to be back doing this as much as I can. So thank you guys so much for the support. It really does help me out. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and that's pretty much it. If you did enjoy the video, of course, just refresh the page. Let me know what you think a second time. But without further ado, that's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.